Alrighty, folks, welcome to What It Takes, a mini-series where I ask the same questions to elite coaches and we talk about what it takes to become an elite coach. I'm your host, Kevin Shaw, and today we are talking with 8-star diamond and 2-time elite coach, Kacia Fitzgerald. Kacia, welcome to What It Takes.
Thank you. I really like that you put your glasses on. I feel really ready to rock now.
We are ready. Okay. Kacia, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I live with my boyfriend, Cena, and our little furry nugget, Lizzie, in downtown New York City. I'm originally from the Seattle area, and when we moved out here, I was working at Google at the time, but I left in April of 2015. So I've been a full-time coach since April 2015, and I'm the founder of our team, Fit Foundation, which I love, and it's full of like 2,000 amazing people that I'm obsessed with. So really grateful to be here.
And what does your boyfriend do? Remind us again.
Yeah, he is a full-time student at NYU Dental. He's just wrapping up his third year in finals right now. So we got one more year left before we move back to Seattle.
So stinking cool. I knew that, but I had to make sure you said that. That is so cool about him.
Yeah.
Okay, let's jump into these questions. Kacia, number one, how were you introduced to Beachbody?
I actually ordered P90X, and it's kind of a weird story, but I put down my coach, my upline coach. Her name is Brigitte Linford, and I put her name down because she was the only coach that I was following on Instagram, and I simply thought that maybe she would get commission off of my order. She had like 4,000 Instagram followers, and I was like, she probably won't think it's weird if I follow her. I had no idea about Instagram or Facebook. So I put her name down, and she found me on Facebook, and she invited me to join one of her challenge groups. And I said no, obviously, because you don't say yes the first time. And then I followed what she was doing, and I failed day 4 of P90X 4 weeks in a row because it's 90 minutes of yoga, and I was doing it before work, and I was like, ugh. So I reached out to her because she was so consistent sharing her story. I didn't necessarily even relate to her as a person, but I was like, she's consistent. So if she's this consistent, I'm totally going to be more consistent if I join one of these groups. I signed up as a discount coach, told her I never wanted to build a business. 3 months later, I ran my first challenge group, and then the rest is kind of history. So from January 2014 and beyond.
I love it. I think I can just hit record on all these calls because y'all have the same story. Y'all said, no, I'm not interested. Don't even talk to me about the business.
Right?
And then lo and behold.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe you can describe this, but what do those early days look like now that you signed up as a coach? And how did you transition to wanting to do this as full-time?
Yeah. So when I first started, my goal was, at the time I was a project manager at an engineering company, and I was managing a team of software developers in a predominantly male field. I really couldn't express my personality as much. I was much more corporate focused, telling them how to run their budgets and talking about code and stuff that I wasn't really passionate about. So the way that I saw Beachbody would add value to my life, besides just from health and fitness accountability, once I did actually convince myself that I could run challenge groups without having a six-pack, when I ran my first challenge group, my goal was just to get that side fulfillment. I saw people in my upline coaches team page that were posting about how much better that they felt about their own lives because they were helping other people feel better about theirs. And they were getting these crying phone calls and text messages saying because of you, my life's changed. And I was missing that fulfillment piece. So it sounds really awesome that I wanted to start this to help people. And that sounds very cookie cutter picture perfect. But honestly, it was a selfish motive that I felt like I'm not doing anything to impact the world in my corporate job, although it's awesome career trajectory and awesome income and tons of career growth. And I actually really enjoy it, but I'm not fulfilled. So there's got to be something else that I can get that fulfillment from. And so that's how coaching was for me. So thankfully, when I talked to my upline coach and I said, I'm running a challenge group, what do I need to do? I'm so grateful that she told me, go Emerald and hit Success Club 10, because I came in as that being the non-negotiable. That was just what you did. I didn't understand that it could be hard to hit Success Club. I didn't understand that it was going to be a push to go Emerald. I just came in with the baseline of, oh, you go Emerald, and then you hit Success Club, and you continue to do that over and over again. And so I implemented that later with my own team, that's just kind of the expectation of how you start this business. So for the first 6 months, I really just focused on challenge groups, and I word vomited all over everyone, talking to them about how excited I was. I would reach out to people and be like, hey girl, I know this is totally random, but I'm running this online health and fitness groups. I know I have no health and fitness background, but I'm super passionate about it. I think you'd really like the community of it. And I think it would totally be your vibe too. I'm not even kidding you, verbatim, with a little bit of tweaking to make it personal. I just sent that to so many people. I have no idea. I had no tracking system. I had no idea of what I was doing. But I was passionate. I was consistent. And I really cared about the other person on the end of the message, like knowing that it was a person sitting across on their screen, not just a random message that I was sending. So while I still didn't believe those first 6 months of coaching that this was actually a real opportunity for this to be a real job or even provide substantial income, I wasn't driven by the income. I was driven by the impact. So I unintentionally was building this really stable foundation for this first 6 months of my business without even understanding that it could eventually turn into something that's well beyond what I could have ever imagined.
Wow. I love that. I love the passion part. And because passion brought, and it was, like you said, it wasn't passion to earn money. It was passion to make an impact on the world that kept you around.
Yeah.
That is good stuff. I hope coaches are listening. Take note of that. All right. So, Kacia, what do you feel are some attributes or habits you have that contribute to your success? You kind of hinted at a few.
Yeah. So at first, so like I said, kind of that first 6 months, I was really just kind of winging it. But I was really passionate. So that was enough. When I realized that I wanted to take this to be a substantial business, which for me, I needed it to be a 6-figure business before I could leave my corporate job, insert disclaimers or whatever you need to do. But I needed it to be at that point before I could actually leave my corporate job. And it was at Summit that we realized that this was a real opportunity for us to turn this into something that could be very substantial. The problem was right then, I didn't know how to duplicate what I was doing because I was winging it and I had no tracking system. Like I said, I didn't have a social media game plan. I didn't have anything. And any 6-figure business has a plan. So I had to put that project manager hat back on. And instead of just being this passionate, oozing person that was so excited, I still was going to be that person, but I also was going to be that person with a plan so that when a coach signed up with me, I couldn't say like, just go be excited, because not everyone has my personality type. I could say, this is exactly what I did. This is how you can duplicate this too, but I want you to do it in your way. I want you to get so dang good at being you that you can do this with your spin, because if you're authentic and you're consistent, people vibe with that and people are going to want to jump on board and join you in your journey. So what I did was I looked at the fact that my goal was, okay, I need this to be $100,000 business for me to get to leave my job. So what do I need to do? Okay, I need to have a business plan. I need to have a game plan from a marketing standpoint. So any $100,000 business would have an entire marketing team, right? So Sunday nights, this is like, I really hope you guys are listening to this because this was a game changer. Sunday nights, my boyfriend and I, Sina, would sit down at 9 p.m. in our apartment, our tiny little apartment in downtown New York City, and we would make a game plan for the week. So he had buy-in to what I was doing. I would block out the times that I was going to be working. I would block out the times that I was going to be unplugged. And I would make a game plan for my social media. So I picked 5 to 7 areas of my life, not just Beachbody, that I was really interested in. And I would rotate through. So Monday, I'd be like motivational post. Monday night, I'd be like meal plan post. Tuesday morning, I'd be like transformation. Tuesday night, I would talk about like girl topics, whatever. I would pick those different areas of my life and I would kind of proactively map out what at least I was going to kind of talk about. And then I would spend some time drafting out posts. And I see for a lot of coaches, they get caught up in like the drafting the post when in reality, it's the relationship building that really takes this to the next level. But what you post is what you attract. So to boil that down to things that I think I did really well that helped set me up for success is I took my passion and my heart and I kept it intact and still have since the very beginning, where I was very you focused, like on that other person versus just on myself. But also I was smart about a business plan. And I understood that it's not duplicatable to just say wing it, because if you wing it, you get winging it results. And if you have big goals, you can't wing it. So I had to tap into that side of it. So making a plan, being proactive, staying ruthlessly consistent and authentic, like that is the secret sauce of all secret sauces in my book.
That's it. That right there is the secret to success. You guys listening, if you do exactly those things and be intentional about all those things, like you said, winging it gives you winging it results. Woo, that could be on a t-shirt. I love that. That is good stuff. All right, moving on. What advice do you have for a brand new coach who doesn't know where to start? What can they start doing today to start achieving long-term success?
I don't want to be repetitive about this, but I really think that it's so simple. anything that we like as humans, we want to share. For me, I love fajitas. So it's like, if I go to a Mexican restaurant in downtown New York City, I'm going to tell every single person about the Mexican restaurant, right? I'm not going to worry if I don't know all the details about it. I don't need to know who the chef is. I don't need to know the square footage. I don't need to know everything about the menu. I need to know what's the vibe like, and I need to know, is the food good? And is the price point understandable for what the food is and the vibe is, right? I don't need to know it all. So I don't concern myself with knowing everything, even to this day, 3.5 years in. So if you're a new coach and you're like, how do I do this? Like, I want to be successful. I have these big goals. I have this big why, all of this stuff. That's great. And that's so important. And that will keep you here. But you've got to take it step by step, which is decide what book you're reading. I personally think one for your heart and one for your business is super awesome. In terms of heart, like, what do you need to work on internally? Because all of us need to work on something. And if you're the person like I was, who thought that you had sunshine coming out of your booty, that you didn't need personal development, you're so wrong. Like, I don't want to be rude, but you're wrong, because you're going to need that. That just gives you more tools in your toolbox that you can stay self-sufficient and stay committed and consistent. So personal development book, find something for your heart, for your business. And if you think you don't have time, Audible, of course. In addition, pick a workout program. And remember that everything in this business is duplicatable. So if you're doing PIO, and then you're doing Cortiforce, and then you're doing 21-day fix, and you're doing all this stuff all over the place, I did that. I had a season in my business like that. And you know what happens? People can't duplicate that because you don't even know what you're doing. So pick a program, do day 1, day 2, day 3, pick 3-week program, right? It doesn't matter. You need to be able to share your own journey. Go onto your social media and talk about your journey. Right now I'm in the coach test group for Shift Shop, and it's kicking my butt and it's blowing my mind. And I'm so excited for everyone to get this program, but I'm also just keeping it real. I'm not saying that I'm killing these workouts every day, because I'm not killing these workouts every day. I'm like dying. So people care about your authentic journey as a person in your own personal growth, but also in terms of your health and fitness. But remember that if you are a Beachbody robot where you're like, killed it, crushed my workout every single day, that's boring, because it's not real. And anyone can go on social media and see all of these picture perfect pictures, but they want to see the real you, the one that struggled because your kids were throwing Legos at your face. You doubted yourself, right? The one that is sharing that authentic journey from fitness, from personal development, and also from other aspects of your life that you think could add value to someone else. And sometimes people think it's really trivial, but if you know a life hack about cooking or about knitting or about flying kites, it really doesn't matter what it is. Niche yourself on what it is that you are really excited about and share that with everyone. And that's all you need to do. And if you do it consistently, the only difference between where I'm at my business and where you're at if you're a brand new coach is simply that I figured out how to get good at being me. And I've been so dang consistent for 3.5 years. And that's all you need to do. That's it. Sorry, I'm like fired up right now. Woo!
In your enthusiasm. So good. Okay. What about the coach who is struggling or is thinking about giving up? What advice do you have for them?
What is the alternative? I mean, what's the alternative? You give up. Okay. So in this business, you're probably growing as a person because you're plugged into personal development. You're working on your health and fitness goals. So you're getting in better shape. You're going to be a better mom, a better wife, a better husband, a better dad, a better person, sister. Every relationship in your life is going to improve besides just your own relationship with yourself. Think about the people that matter to you, that get a better version of you simply because you're showing up for yourself more consistently as a coach than you would if you weren't a coach. There's one. Number 2, are you making friends? Are you stepping outside of your comfort zone? Is it really freaking scary for you to post on social media and worry what everyone else thinks about you? I bet it is. And guess what? That's where the growth opportunity has. As a coach, you're going to be forced to grow through everything that you're going through. And that's a huge gift that most people will never get in a corporate job because they don't have as many opportunities to grow consistently, pushing yourself in front of all of these random people on social media. And the truth is, the alternative of if you quit is you're always going to wonder what would have happened if you stayed consistent. And if you always wonder, I don't want that for you, that guilt, that regret, I don't want that for you. Wow. And the last part of it is really understanding that every single person, no matter how many accolades they have, no matter how long that they've been in this business, no matter how much you like their social media posts, every single person has hard times. And if you were to take, I swear to you guys this, I honestly swear that this is the truth. If you were to take away the income and the friendships, the person that I am now, like take away everything from Beachbody for me, the person that I am now, 3.5 years later, from growing through every single time that I doubted myself and didn't think I was capable, but pushed through anyways, that person is a heck of a lot of a better person than the person I was day one. So all of that growth and all of that doubt was worth that anyway.
Yes, yes, yes. Coach is watching this. If you haven't already, bookmark this video. You might want to refer back to this one over and over again. Great content. All right, Kacia, last question on advice. What is the best advice you have received regarding your personal business?
Lead from the front. As much as people want to say what to do, if you're not an example of it, it's really hard for people to emulate what you're doing. I want to be an example to my coaches and to my challengers of telling them the real talk of how this is, like, hey, I struggled with my workout today, like I mentioned before, or hey, this is what's going on, like we have to go to this dinner and this is what I'm struggling with. Or with my coaches, hey, I sent this invite and this person ghosted on me and didn't respond. Here are my two options. I can totally self-deprecate and think that I suck as a coach and this person thinks I'm salesy and all this nasty stuff, or I can bless and release and understand that there are so many people that need me and now I've planted the seed. So I want to lead from the front with my perspective. Not necessarily, am I going to do everything perfect? In fact, I really don't, but I share the stuff that I don't do perfect. And I think that helps a lot.
Yep, perfect. Okay, on to the speed round we go. Kacia, this is simply where I'm looking for short, sweet answers.
Yep.
Number one, on average, how much time do you spend working your business?
When I first started, probably 2 hours. Now I do it full time. So sometimes 40 hours a week, sometimes 70 because passion drives me. Who knows?
Wow. What is your average SC each month?
10 to 20 between both accounts, my boyfriend and mine.
Okay. What percentage of time do you focus on your own business versus your team?
It's common to swap these and don't swap it, but I'm trying to go for like 60 to 70% on my business and the rest of my team. But it's so common when you're a diamond coach to swap these. And I did that for a while. So your business first, 70 to 80% of the time. Like I want to get closer to 80 and I'm closer towards like 70 right now.
Well, I appreciate the honesty there. And what leadership ladder rung are you at right now?
Executive leader.
Unbelievable. Here we go. It's time for questions from a hat where Kacia has no idea what question I'm going to ask. Here we go. Kacia.
Yes.
What is your favorite thing to spend money on? Same question.
No, opportunities, experiences, like plane tickets is where I spend probably a lot of my money. Experiences for sure, and then weird fans.
I was going to mention those pink polka dots. How can you not see those? Those are amazing. All right, guys. Hey, great stuff. Unbelievable. Like I said, bookmark this video. This is when you will want to send to your coaches over and over again because this is exactly what it takes to become successful in this business. Kacia, thank you so much for spending time with us today on What It Takes.
Bye, guys.